Welcome to Unity Inspired Living. Our community began in 1989 as a small worldwide Unity book study group, and we've continued the momentum as an ever-evolving spiritual community. Each Sunday, you will find dynamic thought leaders delivering inspiring messages and talented musicians sharing sound healing through their melody. Here, we embrace ancient spiritual traditions, universal truths, and emerging wisdom. Let's check out this Sunday message. We're so grateful you've joined us.
Happy Sunday. My name is Amy Van Ling, and it is my great joy to be here with you each week, sharing this experience, this divine experience, this inspiring experience, all of the above. Check all the boxes. We love to do it all here. You will discover that we have a variety of amazing thought leaders and extraordinarily talented musicians, and you get to join here and bask in the fullness and richness of that. And we're so grateful that we can be together. Please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Jump into any of the small groups during the week on Zoom. You can find all of this info on our website, unityinspiredliving.org. We love to hear from you, so reach out. And we want to encourage you to like our Facebook page and set up notifications. So when we are live streaming on Sunday, you get that notification and you know to pop in. It makes it a little bit easier than trying to find your way to the page. And if you enjoy us and you've been here a while, we would love a review on Facebook and Google. It helps other people know what we're all about and what's going on here. And they come along and read your review and say, let me check them out, see what's happening. So we appreciate that exchange. Welcome in, beloveds. Hello, hello. Good morning, good morning. Happy Father's Day morning. Today we are honoring the essence of father and, kind of beyond biology, beyond tradition, even beyond thought, our theme of the month as we reflect on this theme beyond thought. I'm sort of reminded of the deepest connections, aren't always found in thought, in words, but in presence. We remember the presence of our father's steady hand, or the silence that, shaped us with them, or perhaps even when they were absent. So, there might be lots of things that come up today, grief and gratitude. It all lives in a space that's deeper than thought and lives in our heart center and in our breath and in the quiet knowing that love is never lost, just transformed. And we recognize the sacred masculine today, the protector, the provider of presence, the deep listener, the guide, the one that shows up, that I think of a mighty safe space. And for many, today is a joyful celebration, a light day. For some, maybe like me, it's more tender. My dad is no longer here, and neither is my children's dad. So I just want to say that however you're feeling today, I know sometimes holidays and special dates like Father's Day can bring up all sorts of feelings, emotions, memories. And so there's space for all of it. That's what I like to hold to be true. There is space. So whether you're missing your dad or celebrating your dad or forgiving him or forgiving yourself as a dad, maybe all of the above, may you feel the deeper presence of love that never leaves, that divine Father that lives within us all, that steadiness and wisdom and strength. And today, just dropping beneath the stories, beneath the roles, beyond the thoughts, and meet that sacred masculine Father in its purest form, conscious, grounded, present, alive in the now. So we can make this day be a moment of gratitude for sure, and healing, or both, whatever you need. So happy Father's Day. It is a special one. We have these little moments that we create a little more specialness to, right? We actually create that on holidays. It's really just another day, right? But we infuse it with the specialness. So that's fun for us. We humans like that kind of stuff. So it is my joy to welcome today Christopher Brown. We We love him. He's a wonderful father for the matter of subject matter of fathers today, and grandfather. He's a beautiful, compassionate soul, and we are so grateful for the wisdom and the authenticity and the heart he always brings to us, and generously offers to us. That's how I feel. He's just like this generous offering of love. And we are so grateful to have you here with us today, Christopher. The message is beyond thought, and that's our theme. We're exploring this realm of, what does this mean? Beyond thought. So remember that if you have questions or comments during Christopher's talk, just drop them in the feed and we'll take a little peek at those at the conclusion of his talk. And then we're going to move over into the Zoom room for the workshop today. And that's from 11:30 to 12:30 Pacific time. And everybody's welcome into that Zoom workshop room. So I will drop that link here in the live stream feed. And it's also on our website, unityinspiredliving.org. You can jump right into that link. So thank you, Christopher, for saying yes and being with us this morning. We're truly grateful for you. We also have the amazing LAURIE Roldan with us. She is gifting us with her melody and magic, and she is just getting back from New York. She debuted her cabaret, and she is getting famous over there and has had amazing reviews. I'm just so excited for you and all this that is unfolding for you and the adventure you've been on. It's glorious. So thank you for saying yes to us and being with us this morning. And we had a little technical stuff going on, so we're not going to have any background music, but I can't think of anybody better to be singing a cappella with her amazing voice, so vocals. Thank you so much, LAURIE, for being with us today. We also have our very own Nancy with us, and she is shining her glorious light and bringing her open, gentle, compassionate heart to us. And she is going to be sharing our inspirational reading, community announcements, and our prayer of plenitude this morning. So we all welcome you into our space, Unity Inspire Living, and we want you to know that we're grateful that you're here with us. We co-create this space together. I invite you as you enter to take in some inspiration. I love the definition, taking an inward breath of the spirit. And in this space, we make ourselves available to be the conduit for God, to get the download, the drop in. We become the willing participant to hear what we're meant to hear and hear the voice of God. So so just take a moment to get into that space, and we're going to move into our mission statement so we all have a feel for what we're doing here. And our mission is fostering love and wisdom, inspiring transformation, offering compassionate outreach, and embracing unity. And we are really so deeply grateful to be doing this together as a community. So we are going to get started with our community song. So I'm going to hand the screen over to LAURIE, and she is going to take us into an opening for our community.
And I guess I just like to sing this song with you guys a lot because when I think of a community song, I want everybody to be able to obviously join in and sing it. And this song is always the one I want to do with you. And I've sung a couple different ones, but I always come back to Day by Day, because day by day, it's easy to sing along. And it really just, to me, it just sets the tone. See thee more clearly, love thee more dearly, follow thee more nearly, day by day, which is, and this life is day by day. That's how we have to live it. So let's sing this together. I am going to play the music, but we'll see. If not, you guys know it, and we're just going to sing along. Day by day, day by day, oh, dear Lord, three things I pray: to see thee more clearly, to love thee more dearly, follow thee more nearly, day by day. Sing along. day by day, day by day. Oh, dear Lord, three things I pray: to see thee more clearly, to love thee more dearly, and follow thee more nearly, day by day, day by day, day by day. Oh, dear Lord, three things I pray. I want to see thee more clearly, love thee more dearly, and follow thee more nearly, day by day, day by day, day by day. Oh, dear Lord, three things I pray: to see thee more clearly, love thee more dearly. I wanna see thee more clearly, love thee more dearly, and follow thee more nearly, day by day, day by day, by day by day, by day. Amen.
That's beautiful. I love that one. That's perfect. Perfect community song. I know everybody was singing along. I certainly was. Okay, Nancy, I'm going to hand the screen over. Nancy has our inspirational reading and announcements for us. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody, and happy Father's Day. Here are a few of the important announcements for June. Be sure to stay for the workshop after the service with Christopher Brown, beginning at 11:30. The workshop is entitled Beyond Thought. You do not want to miss this time to join with others, excuse me, as we continue to explore together. Find the Zoom link on the homepage of our unityinspiredliving.org website. All are welcome. Love offering graciously accepted via PayPal, Zelle, or via check in the mail. And a reminder to all those who have registered for the Conversations with Father Tom, the first evening conversation begins this Tuesday, June 17th. The program explores the 9 interpath principles and their consequences of encouraging dynamic and open discussion. This will be held in person at the Interfaith Peace Project Center in Antioch for 5 sessions, June 17th, July 1st, 15th, 29th, and August 12th. Check last Wednesday's weekly connection for the address and time, and please contact Ron Vieira if you need any further assistance. Our third Saturday community gathering for June will be held at Veterans Park this coming Saturday, June 21st. If the weather is in the 90s, we will cancel this event and see you all at Dave and Julie Krowski's home in July. And 2 ways to get involved and engage with others in the community are starting this month. The mic drop, called Memorable Moments, where you share your ahas from the speakers in the chat. And the book drop, where if you are in one of our book groups on Zoom, this is your opportunity to share an aha from the weekly discussions for all to ponder. Read all about how to get involved in this coming weekly connection and on our Facebook page, Unity Inspired Living. Start thinking about yard sale. Yep, it's that time again to start decluttering and boxing up all those things in your home and garage that are no longer serving you. Then save them for our annual yard sale coming this 3rd Saturday in September. Please stay connected with all that is going on here at Unity Inspired Living by checking in on our website, unityinspiredliving.org, and our Facebook page, Unity Inspired Living. And also by reading our weekly connection, which comes to your email weekly on Wednesdays. And now, here is our inspirational reading for June on our theme, Beyond Thought, from Daily Word, April 10th, 2025. Trust. I trust in God for perfect outcomes on my life's journey. Even as I realize there are no uncertainties in life, I find strength and comfort in knowing the power and presence of God are steadfast in the ever-changing world. I flow with the twists and turns, trusting God within to guide my steps and sustain me through any challenge. I trust my dear ones, affirming their hearts and minds are guided in a spirit of fairness and integrity. I do not worry about the past or the future. I live with understanding faith and feel a renewed sense of freedom and gratitude. I have courage and confidence to do what is mine to do. As I move through each day, I affirm divine order in all things, knowing any uncertainty becomes clear as I trust God within and follow my inner light of wisdom. Blessed are those who trust in the Lord, whose trust is the Lord. Jeremiah 17:7. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy, for all of it. Thank you for bringing us into that space and the announcements and that beautiful reading. Keeps our hearts centered. I feel like I've been focusing on keeping the mind quiet. Thank you, beloved. We appreciate you. I'm going to hand the screen back over to Laurie. She has another song for us this morning.
Okay, so I want to know if it's helpful for you to have me use the microphone or not. Can you hear me better without the mic or with the mic? Without the mic? Okay, let me try it without the mic. I want to make sure you can hear, okay? So
Yeah.
since we had having a little technical, all right, let me try it. And if you feel that you need the mic, you can just put your thumb up for me, Chris. Okay.
Okay.
Now, I chose this song today. It's one of my favorite worship songs. It's called The King of Kings. And I felt that, it's Father's Day, and this is talking about our true Father. And there's, just a lot of noise going on right now. And I feel like there's one King, and that's Jesus Christ, our Father, God. Okay. In the darkness we were waiting, without hope, without light, till from heaven you came running. There was mercy in your eyes to fulfill the law and prophets. To a virgin came the word from the throne of endless glory to a cradle in the dirt. Praise the Father, praise the Son, praise the Spirit, three in one. God of glory, majesty, praise forever to the King of Kings. To reveal the kingdom come and to reconcile the lost, to redeem the whole creation. You did not despise the cross, for even in your suffering, you saw to the other side. Knowing this was our salvation, Jesus, for our sake you died. So praise. Praise the Father, praise the Son, praise the Spirit, three in one. God of glory, majesty, praise forever to the King of Kings. And the morning that you rose, all of heaven held its breath, till the stone was moved for good, for the Lamb had conquered death. And the dead rose from their tombs, and the angels stood in awe, for the souls of all who'd come to the Father are restored. And the Church of Christ was born, and the Spirit lit the flame. Now this gospel truth of old shall not kneel, shall not faint. By his blood and in his name, in his freedom I am free. For the love of Jesus Christ, who has resurrected me. So praise the Father, praise the Son, praise the Spirit, three in one. God of glory, majesty, praise forever to the King of Kings. Praise the Father, praise the Son, praise the Spirit, three in one. God of glory, majesty, praise forever to the King of Kings. Praise forever to the King of Kings. Amen.
Thank you, Laurie. That was beautiful. I just typed in the chat, King of Peace. That resonates deeply. Thank you. Okay, we're going to turn the screen back over to Nancy. Nancy has our prayer of plenitude this morning. Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you. Our prosperity blessing this morning is written by Reverend Ken Daigle, Unity, San Francisco. The truth of life is that it is all perfect, whole, and complete. The one power consistently provides the health, resources, wisdom, and opportunities for you to live a joy-filled, abundant life. Whatever you need comes to you in the right time, space, and sequence. Let go of your fear of lack. We are all complete. Therefore, you can love wastefully, give abundantly, share with abandon, and serve tirelessly, because the more you give, the more you receive. You have more than enough. You have plenty. And now I invite you to take a deep breath and then release, and take a second deep breath. And as you release, sink deeply into this knowing that you have plenty as we pray. In the infinity of this moment, all is perfect, whole, and complete. The one power, the one presence expresses in me every moment of every day. I open my heart to the wisdom and intelligence that exists in the universe and in my mind. From the one power come all answers, resources, opportunities, solutions, creativity, and all healing. I release all doubt. I trust that what I need is showered upon me and rises within me at the right time and place and in the correct sequence. I know divine order is always unfolding for my highest good, and all is well in my world, and so it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. Appreciate that. Lots of love coming in for both of you this morning, for the reading, for the music. Lynn just said that was beautiful, Laurie. So we're going to hand the screen back over to Laurie for our final song this morning.
So can you hear me okay without the mic? Is it better? Okay.
Yeah, it sounds the same.
Okay.
When you
Okay,
have the
great.
mic versus it might be in
I'll
this.
do no mic because it's Father's Day. I'm also missing, my father passed away in 2007. He was a musician. I miss him so much, but it's like you said, Amy, it's we cherish those moments, and we have grateful moments, that we can say, and we can have happy memories. And one of my happy memories, and that's why I thought I'd share this song, which is, so thank you for letting me share this song. It's called I'll Never Say Goodbye. It was a song that my dad gave me. He used to write lists of songs for me to sing, and this was one of them. And I recorded it several years ago. It's one of my favorite songs ever. And it's to all of us, no matter who is in our lives, what kind of father, all men are fathers to me. Somehow you take care of things. We all can relate to this song, I think. So it's called I'll Never Say Goodbye. It's a, oh, I just forgot. Oh, shoot. It's a Michel Legrand song, if anybody knows that musician. Beautiful, amazing music. All right. Happy Father's Day. And we don't ever have to say goodbye, right? We will be reunited with our loved ones. Say goodbye. Why, I can barely say goodnight. If I can hardly take my eyes from yours, how far can I go? Walk away. The thought would never cross my mind. I couldn't turn my back on spring or fall. Your smile least of all. When I say always, I mean forever. I trust tomorrow as much as today. I'm not afraid to say I love you. And I promise you I'll never say goodbye. We're dancers on a crowded floor, while other dancers live from song to song. Our music goes on and on. And if I ever leave your arms, I really will have traveled everywhere, for my world is there. When I say always, I mean forever. I trust tomorrow as much as today. I'm not afraid to say I love you. And I promise you I'll never say goodbye. How could I ever say goodbye?
Wow. Thank you, Laurie.
It's a beautiful song, and that's for my dad in heaven,
Mhm.
and for all of you dads and all of the men.
Thank you. Thank you. So much love coming in before we say goodbye off the screen to Nancy and Laurie. So much love. Kathy says, thank you, Laurie. Beautiful song. Thank you, Nancy, for the reading. Great reminder. Wow, Luinda said that was beautiful, Lori. Jennifer says, thank you, Nancy, for your pure heart and dedication to our precious community. Carol says, I'm grieving the loss of my father today, and your song and beautiful voice touches my heart deeply. Lori, thank you. Jan says, thank you, Lori, for your amazing gift of love to us this morning. Luinda said, what a treat. Lori, thank you so much for sharing your music and beautiful voice with us. What a beautiful song as well. And thank you, Nancy, for the reading. Great reminder. So much love coming in for both of you. Thank you for opening up our space this morning with such beauty.
Thank you for
We
having me.
feel your hearts.
Nancy.
Thank you so much. Mwah. Blessings, love,
Blessings.
all the goodness, greatness.
Bye,
Love you both so
Love
much.
you. Bye.
Yay. So here we are with Christopher Brown. I am so grateful to have this beautiful man in front of us today. It is perfect match, I feel, here for Father's Day. For those of you getting to know Christopher, I'm going to read you his incredible bio. Christopher Brown knows that we are all independent researchers trying to figure out the mysteries of life. His research has taught him to reject any wisdom that does not know how to cry, any philosophy which does not know laughter, and any greatness which is not humbled by the joy of children. So the best that we can do is hold each other's hand as we walk through the mysteries of life together. And we thank you for you. We are so grateful for your sacred yes. I'm going to pray us into our space and then hand the screen over to this divine being. Let's move into our heart space, maybe with an inhale. We're here so grateful to gather together in love and community. We give thanks for this breath, for this moment, for the presence that is always within us. There is this power, this presence, this loving intelligence, that spirit is fully alive, always unfolding, and we are connected with, in, through, as this spirit living in us, breathing us. We affirm that beyond our thoughts lies divine wisdom already present and known. We bless Christopher and know that he is an open channel for the wisdom that is flowing, and his message is clear and inspiring and exactly what we are meant to hear today. And we open our hearts to the fullness. So with these full hearts, we give thanks for this message, for Christopher, for being together, for the presence that guides it all. And we are in gratitude. I release this word into the great expanse of love, knowing that it is all done. It is all well. And so it is. Amen. Ashe. Thank you, Christopher. I'm going to hand the screen over to you. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Amy. And I just want to thank everyone for tuning in today on Father's Day, and hoping all of you had a wonderful yesterday in terms of marching and expressing what's true and what you care about in the streets. For me, it was beyond thought. It was an experience of joy and camaraderie as we came together to express what we really care about, and what we want this country to be. So with that, we're going to be talking about what's beyond thought. And is there something beyond thought? What is thought? And who is thinking? And who's listening? So Rumi says, the quieter you become, the more you're able to hear. The quieter I become, the more I'm able to hear. Now that's interesting. What he's referring to is, what are we listening to? Are we listening to our constant barrage of thoughts, or are we listening to the wind? Are we listening to the colors of the wind? Are we experiencing what's before us, or are we engrossed in distraction and in our thinking? And basically, it's our habit of thinking. Now, there was this master And he had a student, and the student asked him, "May I accompany you on your walk? I know that you walk every morning at 7 o'clock, you return at 8. I would love to be able to walk with you. Would that be okay?" And the master said, "Of course. I just ask one thing, that you remain quiet. You do not speak." And the student said, "Okay, sounds good." And so for weeks, he was doing fine. And one morning, it was a particularly beautiful morning, and this ray of light came down, and he almost blurted out, "Wow, how beautiful." But he caught himself, and he realized, who was he talking to? What was going on? And perhaps this is what the master wanted him to see, is how thinking happens to us. And so he thought, I have a friend, and I would love to have my friend join us. And the master said, "Fine, you can have your friend join us, but there's one requirement: no talking." And so the friend made it through the first day. The second day, there was that sunrise again, and it was so beautiful. And the friend couldn't help himself. And he said, "Wow." That was it. Wow. And when the master got back, when they got back to his house, the master told the student, said, "Don't invite that blabbermouth friend of yours again." And what I want to point out is we have a habit of thinking. We're not thinking, thinking is thinking us. And that's part of the wake up, is to actually see who is thinking, what is thinking, and who's listening. And Eckhart Tolle tells this wonderful story of traveling on the train. I'm going to condense the story. And he's listening to this man next to him talking to himself. And he's looking over to try to see who's the man talking to. There's nobody there. He's talking to himself. And Tolle's thinking, this guy's crazy. Who's he talking to? Why is he talking to himself? Up, up, up. And then he realized, oh my goodness, I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to myself, criticizing him for talking to myself. I'm talking to myself. Who am I talking to? And who's coming up with these judgments and criticisms? What is going on? And that was the beginning. That was the beginning of starting to examine, what is my thinking? What is thinking? Which is the closest to me? Thinking is who we think we are, is the summation of our thoughts. We wake up in the morning, and before you boot up totally, before I boot up into Christopherness, there is this moment of arising into the world before I boot up, and there is just presence. It's that really quiet time of just presence. Doesn't last very long. And then the thought will come up, oh, what have I got to do today? And then I get an emotion with that. Oh my goodness, I got so much to do today. Or, oh, this is going to be a great day. And then I have another emotion. Or the thoughts create emotion. Also, emotion creates thoughts. It goes back and forth. I know you know that, but it happens so quickly and so seamlessly that we forget. We can walk out and see a beautiful sunset and something stirs in us. And we go, wow, that's really incredible. And then the next moment, we'll start thinking about, oh, well, that reminds me of the last sunset I saw. And we go on and on and on. But what happens when we create a gap and we just become present? And what present means is that there are no thoughts about the future. There are no thoughts about the past. There is that gap where thoughts aren't arising. And you'll say, well, what's going on? Nothing. You're in a pure receptive mode, as you always are. You see, here's the interesting thing. There's a couple things going on here, more than just two, but I'm going to break it down to two. There's awareness that's always here, whether you're awake or asleep. Awareness is always here. And then there's consciousness. And awareness always is here, and it precedes consciousness. Now that's hard to understand, but bear with me. Consciousness has been so misused over these years. People will say it's all consciousness. That's hogwash. Consciousness is what you are aware of in this moment. If you're thinking, you're aware of thinking. But consciousness is not your thinking. You are aware of your thinking. Awareness precedes consciousness. Awareness is always happening. Okay, here's an example of this. We'll take Bob. Bob is my cat. He's a big cat, and he's in love with my copying machine. Absolutely loves it. And I love to watch Bob love his copying machine. And so I sometimes will print something just to get a rise, just to watch him play. And so the other night, he was over there and he's asleep in the chair next to me. I'm working at my table here. And the desk is in the other room. And I'll press print. No, he is knocked out. I have just petted him. He's totally asleep. He's got his paw over his head. I can pet him. He's out. He's asleep. Unconscious. I press the print button, and all of a sudden, he is like a bolt of lightning, flies out of the chair, leaps across the room, flies up onto my table, lands on the paper, slides into the copying machine, is on point to attack the paper as it comes out. I'm going to break it down to what's happening here. Awareness is always scanning, whether it's a cat, a human, it's always scanning. And if danger or excitement or if something comes into that field of awareness that's interesting, it will wake you up out of a deep sleep. It will bring you up into consciousness because now it's time. This is a survival mechanism that's within all animals. And so if you noticed, so Bob's system heard the fax machine, it woke Bob up, Bob took off. It's a seamless happening. Now, you're on vacation and you've taken a hotel and there's a train tracks that you don't see that's in the backyard of that hotel. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, the train comes roaring through. You're awoke. You've woken right up. Whoa, what's this? This is a train. You don't realize that awareness heard the train, not consciousness, because you're unconscious when you're sleeping. Awareness heard the train and woke you up thinking it might be danger or you might want to explore it more. Okay, this is all part of us. But this is that inner landscape that we don't explore. This is where the mystery lies, is in this inner workings. The mystery doesn't lie in the scripture. It's right in front of us. It is our very being. But it's so easy to miss. Now, I know you've tried meditation and you've sat and you've tried to quiet your mind. Good luck. You don't quiet your mind because you're not in control of your mind. You're in control of your focus of attention. But your mind, if you were in control of your mind, you could stop from thinking. You could stop thinking right now. But you can't. thinking will go on, and you don't know what your next thought's going to be. So let's start taking a look at it. Thinking is a fabulous tool, because if we use it as a tool, what I mean by using it, thinking as a tool, that means is to get quiet and to listen. The whole spiritual journey is not about thinking, it's about listening. It's about feeling. And that should be the key or the clue to really awakening is the listening aspect. But in order to listen, you have to see how noisy each of us is, and then to look for the gaps and to see what's in the gaps. Now, one thing that helps with that, and I found very useful, and I learned that in the S training in 1974, is when Werner Erhard asked us to take a strawberry and for the next 5 minutes, truly be with that strawberry. Not to think about it, but to really be with it. The first thing I realized is a strawberry is hairy. There's these little hairs on the strawberry. I never knew. And it smells great. And there's different parts of the strawberry smell a little bit more than other parts. And that there's a depth to it, and there's this amazing texture, and all of this is going on. And what I really realized was that I couldn't be present to the strawberry and think about the strawberry at the same time. Either I was observing and taking in the strawberry, or I was thinking about it. And it seemed to go in a pattern. And so when I ate the strawberry, my first bite was just amazing. It just exploded in my mouth, and I could feel my tongue moving it around. And it was like, wow, this is like an out-of-body experience, because I was so focused. And there were no thoughts. It was as if I was eating for the first time. And then I started thinking about it and lost it, just like that. When we take an experience and we contextualize it into thought, which is not a bad thing, it's what we do. But when we know that we're doing it, maybe we can slow down a little bit and savor the strawberry just a little bit more before we throw it into thought and we throw it into memory, all of which happens very unconsciously. This is how we're designed. And so, eating the strawberry, I realized it's the savoring where the joy and the true satisfaction is before thought comes up, is the actual savoring in the moment. Pre-thought. Wow, who knew? And so now I discovered as I'm walking, and if I'm walking undistracted, like I'm not talking to somebody next to me, I can realize how, especially in the woods, that there are different smells. And there's different smells as I walk through different zones, different plants, whether the plant's in the sun or if the plant's in the shade, it puts out a different aroma. If I'm thinking about it, I can miss that because I'm focused somewhere else. So what's really important is and I think this might be our only control that we have, is where are we placing our focus of attention? Now you can see in my backdrop that, I go down to Big Sur, and I have Carmel, and I look out at the beach, and we had this little beach house out there that we rented. And it looked over the water, and it was really close to the water. And I was out there on the deck, and I had my iced tea, and I was looking out, and it was a beautiful day, and this is great. This is fabulous. And I had no idea what I was going to realize next. And what I saw off to my left was this formation of fighter pilot pelicans, and they were coming towards me in formation, and there must have been 20 of them in this V formation, and they were flying really low to the water. And it was something that took me. I became mesmerized by these birds flying directly towards me across the water. And they were coming fast. And there was no time for thought. It was just like, wow. The focus of attention was so keen that I became one with the birds. And I could sort of feel what it was feeling like, the wings pumping and the sounds and the formation and the sun and the whole gestalt of the scene. And they came right by me and I could see their eyes and they could see me. And it was like, of course, I can't put this, I'm not going to try to put this into words. And then they passed. And then I could hear the sound fade and they were gone. And I sat in the moment just feeling it rather than converting it into thoughts. Of course the thoughts came. Wow, that was amazing. Who can I tell about this? And on. Should I write in my journal? And then I need to remember this. And we put this experience in a silver box. But I had the fortunate aspects of savoring the moment and not converting it to thought, not breaking the trance of being in no mind, in no thought. And this is where the true joy in life happens. It doesn't happen in converting things. Our most memorable, our most beautiful, our most precious experiences aren't about thinking. They're about the experience. They're about the receiving of life as it comes. It's about Bob running to the fax machine in that joy of just charging. So the spiritual journey is about listening. It's about creating a pause. If we can consciously create a pause, when we start to get to something that moves us, let's say it's a sunset, let's say it's beautiful music, or just an afternoon breeze or a bird on the wing. If we can just savor it. You can start this evening, let's say you're having a chocolate chip cookie tonight, is when you put the cookie in your mouth, do it slowly, consciously. You're putting it into your mouth, not adding thought to it, not trying to get somewhere, but just what is it like to pick up a cookie and to watch how the hand moves the cookie and finds the mouth all by itself. That's a miracle in itself. And then to chew it and to taste it, to truly taste what you're eating, to see if you can taste the whole cookie without thinking about it. There's your challenge. Forget learning all of the sutras. Eat a cookie and really savor it and eat it. That's a challenge. We don't need any more spiritual data. We don't need any more tools. We don't need any more of that. What we need is to savor a cookie and to see what really arises out of that. The immediacy of that experience connects us with the beloved that we are. That which is before thought. When my son came back, he's a lot smarter than me. He went to Japan to study Zen. And he was in the zendos, and he ended up seeing how the sausage is made. And when he came back, he said, "Pops, I'm done with it. I'm throwing it all away." And I said, "Thank goodness. You have woken up. We have to step on all of those steps." And he said, I come back with a quote from Basho. And Basho was one of those rascally monks that brought Zen to Japan. And Basho said, "Do not follow in the footsteps of the master, but seek what the master sought." Do not follow in the footsteps of the master, but follow your heart. What was the master following? What had touched the master so much that he became that interested in discovering who and what he truly was or is. Hopefully, there is that same desire within you, that same curiosity that brings you to the edge of what you think you know, over the edge into the mystery. And if you're lucky enough to find your way over the edge into the mystery, trust and listen. You will be guided by you don't know what, and that is you also. That guidance, that calling, that interest, that is you, and it's inseparable from the whole. And if you surrender to not knowing, you will find your way into the mystery of your own heart. And I leave you with that, and so it is.
Well, that is quite a way to leave us into
Take
the
the
mystery
workshop.
of our own heart. Yes. Right
Well,
into the mystery of our own heart. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you, Christopher, for bringing your heart to us. We are starting something new here called Mic Drop, where we're picking out nuggets and sweet spots in the talks on Sunday and compiling them at the end of the month. And there were a lot in this talk, wouldn't you say, everybody? I know I dropped one in here, and Carol, you're taking notes. Thank you so much for that. What does everybody have to say? I had written, awareness is always scanning for danger, excitement, etc. Awareness wakes you up out of a deep sleep. I love thinking of Bob after the that was very cute visual. Yeah, appreciate that. Carol, thank you for taking all the notes. Luinda said, it's not about thinking, but about experiencing, being in the moment, being in the now, a wonderful reminder. Thank you, Christopher. I'm working on this. Carol is repeating, do not follow the footsteps of the master, follow your heart, trust and listen. So beautifully said, Christopher, says Luinda. That is you. Surrender into the not knowing, right into the mystery of your own heart. Yes, I like that too. Jan says, awareness is so easy to miss. I know this is landing for everybody, isn't it? Sometimes some of the simple truths really bring us back. Just even the Basho reminder, do not follow in the footsteps of the master, but follow your heart, guided by what is that? What is that beyond thought? What else were you saying? Go ahead, Christopher.
Guided by what? And not to answer that, because that'll be a thought that will take you away from guided by what? And I only have this moment, only this moment. And so to wake up to this, that always is here, always is here. I miss it all the time. And in an opportunity like this to share it, it reminds me of those precious times when, call it grace, call it don't know what, when the blessings have come. And I go beyond thinking and realize, where is all this thinking happening? Where is this experience of life happening if it's not happening inside of me? That I am the center of all of that I experience. No one teaches you about that. Where is this talked about? The experience of me speaking right now is happening within you, right now. The experience of your whole life is happening inside of you, and we don't even know where it's happening inside of you. Is it happening here, here, here? Is it full body? We don't ever turn the experiment back onto what is experiencing this? What is thinking this? How is this all happening? This is the mystery.
Mm.
And when we wake up to this amazing mystery, everything is pale by comparison. How is this happening? It's a miracle. Rising from the dead, cheap parlor trick. He was anathemized. I don't believe it. I've never seen anything else. No other religions have rising from the dead. So, but knowing yourself, that is the miracle.
Mm.
That's the true miracle.
Wow.
And
That's all.
you can feel it.
Yes. Yes, indeed. In order to listen, see how noisy it is, and then look for the gaps. Jan wrote that. Carol says there were so many mic drop moments. It was hard to get it all in. I will definitely be re-listening. Okay. So profound. I love your stories and analogies. It really helps me.
Me
Mm,
too.
yes. Yeah, it's really profound to explore this topic, this theme, because it seems like there's simplicity in it, right? Like beyond thought. And yet we're so consumed. We so operate. What did you say earlier? For the awareness, you said thought creates emotions, emotion creates thoughts. Thinking is thinking us. You know, and it's very interesting because I opened the month with this theme and I talked about pause, and then I'm pretty sure our speaker last week talked about the pause, and then you talked about the pause. So it's a through line to have this moment. I think that is to allow the awareness to take the front seat versus kind of in the back seat somewhere. You know, allow the space that pause provides to really to savor. I think that's what you said, to savor that moment. And like the strawberry, that was really great to really be with the strawberry. Carol says, I know I have a tendency to contextualize my thoughts and experiences. However, you have helped me to encourage me to experience. Right. That's what we're talking about. Experience versus
Feel it.
mm,
What is feeling? What is hearing? What is touch? See, these are the miracles. These are the real miracles. Taste, wow. You know, to discover, and this is the beauty of drugs, because drugs can open us up, can stop. They open up different channels, the psychedelics do. They open up different channels so that you can actually, it sort of tunes down the thinking aspect of it, and it tunes up the experiential part.
like that. Tunes up the experiential part. So
And
we can be in that practice. You know, that could be part of our daily practice, is to be tuning up the experiential part.
feeling. What's this feel like?
Feeling.
Not thinking about it. What's this feeling like?
Mhm.
And how unconscious we are. An example would be, you can find yourself driving home thinking about something, and you drive into the driveway and go, how did I get here? I have the driving happened automatically.
Right.
There was no real awareness of driving, but you did a beautiful job.
Right.
So a couple of things can be happening at the same time. What is all this? and not to answer it, just to enjoy it.
Yeah. And I think, like for me, I live more in the feeling space, like operate from versus thinking, it's like, well, I feel this. I can't explain it necessarily. I don't have, words necessarily to articulate all of this yet. I know it, feel it. And, yeah, it's that awareness. There was, there was a tragedy recently. I came across hearing about the India plane that crashed. Yeah, recently, and there was a video of a couple. I don't really know any more details than briefly seeing these reels. Maybe they were people that kept, their lives out there for some reason or another. And so they were videotaped. They had a video of each step of the way. They were in the airport, they were here, they were getting on the plane, then they were sitting on the plane, and the man was taking the video, and then the woman said something to like they're getting ready to take off, and she said something to the effect of like, I feel very nervous right now. I don't know why. Like she had some sort of feeling or sense. Is like, where does that come from? And then that plane, and I was just thinking about that. Like sometimes when we are in that space of feeling through life, that's beyond thought. It's like, I know something, I sense something. There's some other information coming in, but not from thought. So, to not downplay that, I guess is what I'm saying. Like occasionally, maybe sometimes, maybe a lot, maybe more than occasionally, we want to make thought more important. If that makes sense, or like that's really the truth.
It's our habit.
Mm-hmm.
It's a habit. It's a default.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the pause is breaking the trance of that default.
Yes.
Because we immediately will go to thought, and we'll try to second guess it, and we'll think about it. But if we go back to that gap,
mm-hmm.
what's true?
Right.
And what's true is I'm getting mixed signals. I feel uncomfortable, but I look around and everything seems to be okay. And so I'm on alert. And that's part of our survival system. Every animal has that. And it's important. And the thing is to pay attention.
Yeah.
Because we get a lot of false positives, false negatives, and
mm-hmm.
to become familiar with it. To know the language within us.
Right. That's a know thyself piece, right? Because I know that I've honed that in, I guess, refined that over, my life is what is that truth and knowing, and what is, just my survival mechanism or my habit of thought, my, mind's addiction to, okay, let me figure this out. And it's a dance, because we have to learn, we have to be aware of ourselves, of how we operate and what's going on. And this takes attention. Yeah.
And we think it's our conscious will. See, we think that we're doing it, but we don't. It's like, I'm doing it. Well, what is that I you think that's doing it?
Right.
That I is much bigger. We are much bigger than we've ever thought about.
Absolutely. Yes.
And that's the wake up, is when we see that, go, wow, I'm not doing it, but I am doing it. I don't know how this is working.
Exactly. Thank you, everybody who's here and participating. Jan says, what is listening? Yeah. Carol says, it sounds like intuition speaking, peace, be still, and know I am God. Yes. We talked about that. Beautiful. Well, thank you, everybody, for being here with us this morning. We are going to head into the Zoom room for the workshop, and I'm going to drop the link here in the live stream feed. It's also on the website, unityinspiredliving.org. We thank you for being here. If you feel great value in the mission of our organization here, and you say yes to co-creating this community with us, and sharing love with the world, humanity. We thank you for your generous contributions through our giving page. We have options through Zelle and PayPal and all the things. And we still love snail mail as well. And we appreciate everything that pours into us. Our center is 100% supported by your generous contributions. And we deeply thank you for your conscious giving, which enables us to thrive and keep sharing and growing. And we say thank you. Deep, deep gratitude. We are going to close with our prayer of divine awakening, and I'm going to share it on our screen. And so if you feel called to speak these words aloud and make them a declaration for yourself, please feel free to share along here with us. It should be popping on the screen. Yes, the prayer of divine awakening. It's a new day, a beautiful day, a new beginning. I embrace this day with new eyes, an open heart, and expansive mind. I choose my vibrational frequency deliberately and consciously, harmonizing with life's events. I am receptive to source energy, divine guidance, and wisdom available to me at all times. I commit to serve unconditional love fully and completely. I move forward in a state of appreciation and extension of the one magnificent power and presence. I am sovereign, whole, and free, claiming dominion over my life as I go in peace and awaken to my divinity. And so it is. Blessings, beloved souls. We love you. We bless you. We're so grateful for you. Shine on like the sun, glorious, bright beings, bright ones. We will see you in the Zoom room. Blessings. Thank you, Christopher. We're so grateful for you.